Today I'm making white corn tortillas. Homemade tortillas are seriously the best. They taste better and don't take a ton of time to make. I've made corn tortillas before, but this is my first time trying to make white corn tortillas. These typically have a milder flavor than yellow corn and are softer. Where my family's from in Mexico, when I get tacos, it's usually on a smaller white corn tortilla and tastes so much better than anything you can get here. So I want to try and recreate that at home. This is pretty close to my normal corn tortilla recipe, but along with using the white cornmeal, I also chose to have the ingredients and make smaller Mexico-style tortillas. You can turn on subtitles by pressing the CC button, and if you want to give this a try yourself, I'll be leaving all of the ingredients and their measurements in the description under the video. Now let's get started. We're starting off with some of this white cornmeal, and this is really the only white cornmeal I've found so far. So we're just going to dump that out into a large bowl. To that, I'm going to add in some baking powder, salt, flour, and whisk it in evenly. Next we're going to add in some warm water, and you're really just going to eyeball this. Slowly add a little water in and mix it in until you have a moist ball of masa or dough and no dry pockets. Here you can see I've gotten rid of all the dry mix, but it's still cracking a little when I squeeze it. So I'm going to add in a little more water to get it smoother. You want it smooth but not wet and sticky. Once you've got your dough where you want it, roll it into a ball and cover it in plastic wrap. If you can manage to get it on the dough before it sticks to itself. There we go. Now, you could probably get away with making your tortillas right away, but I like to let my masa rest and hydrate for at least a half hour before moving on. And half hour later, I'm unwrapping my masa and splitting it in half. Now I'm shaping each half into a more even log shape. This will help make splitting it evenly a little easier. Split the log in half and repeat. You want to end up with 16 evenly sized balls. Now cover them back up so they don't dry out, and let's prepare our plastic. Whether you're using a tortilla press like me, pressing these out with something heavy like a frying pan, or using a rolling pin, you're going to want to use plastic to keep the tortilla from sticking. I like to use these gallon bags. Just cut the seal off, then cut down the sides, so you're left with one long sheet of plastic. I'm going to lay it on my tortilla press, then grab a testal or dough ball and set it in the middle. I like to gently press the ball a little with my hand to try and start it in a neat circular shape. Next, fold the plastic over it and start pressing. Tortillas are usually best when they're super thin, so you really want to press hard. This tortilla press also applies more pressure on one side than the other, so I like to flip the plastic a few times to try and get it evenly pressed and also to try and get a nice circular shape. Pretty close. Now, slowly and gently peel off the top layer of plastic. And you want to go slow, because the masa will stick to any small creases and folds in the plastic and tear easily. Next, I like to flip the whole thing onto my hand, and again, very gently peel the plastic off. Now into a pan over medium-low heat, I'm gently laying the tortilla in. Let it sit for about 30 seconds until the edges start to change color and lift away from the pan, and you should easily be able to slide it around. Give it a flip and wait another minute and a half or so until you start seeing tiny bubbles forming. Now give it one final flip, and a firm press in the center should activate balloon mode. We're just giving it another 30 seconds or so to let the steam finish cooking it from the inside. Now, just scoop it up and transfer it to a clean towel to keep it warm. Once you get the hang of it, you can start pressing your next tortilla while the first one cooks. And that's it. Here are the soft, warm, homemade white corn tortillas that we made today. I'm really happy with how these came out. They're super soft and pliable and don't tear easily like store-bought tortillas do. They're the perfect vessel to get something like barbacoa from the plate to your mouth. These still aren't a perfect match to what I get in Mexico, but they're pretty close. For that, I think I'd have to grind my own corn to get a closer flavor. But again, really happy with the results. If you give these a try, I'd love to see how they come out. Share a picture on Instagram and tag me at Maikoh with 4 H's. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you're new, I would love to have you around. And if you'd like to watch another video, you can click right up here. Thank you so much for watching, I hope to see you all next week.